Good morning. My name is Tim Gillis, and I'm here this morning to share a story about my stewardship moment and how it's affected my ability to give. And I want to tell you right now, I've never jumped on one foot, but I thank you for relieving me of that possibility because I am 73 years old. So I have a long way to go, in other words, with my faithful journey and faithful giving. To tell my story, I'm going to invite you to imagine a tandem bike that God has made especially for me and rides with me everywhere I go. But I'm going to give you a little context on that. For many years, I didn't understand quite how that bike worked. And where that brought me is I wanted to steer the bike. And steering the bike led to a lot of crashes. But God still showed me his love by picking me up from those crashes, repairing the bike, and healing me with a lot of love. Then the other important thing to experience is when I let God steer the bike, it was a completely different outcome. It was an outcome filled with joy, love, patience, purposeful living. So from there, I'm going to take off on the rest of my story. God's steering the bike, and he stops at a Christian men's breakfast. I go to the breakfast. The speaker is from Prison Fellowship and invites people to volunteer. And my hand shot in the air. I volunteered to be a Prison Fellowship mentor. This stewardship moment was the beginning of a 23-year friendship with Kurt, a prisoner who is incarcerated for life. 23 years of discussing and taking action, letting God do more steering of the tandem bike he had designed for each of us. God restoring us with love, hope, and a desire to let him steer the bike. God teaching us how to appreciate our unique design and the unique design of others. God leading us to opportunities to serve others inside and outside the prison walls. God using Christ to show us how to be better stewards of our talents, gifts, and money, how to more faithfully lean into God's story. On a broader scale, Deborah and I call Trinity our church home because it offers much of those same things I got from doing prison ministry with Kurt. Worship and music that restores us weekly with love, hope, and a desire for God to steer our bike more often. Lifelong faith development that teaches us how to appreciate our unique design as well as those of others. Realizing that it's different, but we all have gifts and we all should love each other for those gifts. Mission ministries that lead us to opportunities to serve others at Trinity, in the community and the world. And Pastor Gary Langness, I've been to Tanzania, and what you said was beautiful about the joy and love they have, even though they have less than us materially. Bible studies that teach us how Christ can help us better stewards of our talents, gifts, and money, how to more faithfully lean into God's story. We pledge at Trinity to fund our walk with Trinity friends in doing more of what God is calling us to do in the world. It is important to us to have Trinity as a resource for learning more about turning the steering of our bikes designed uniquely for us over to God. Thank you, Trinity, for being there for us.